I'm Shirakawa from UE Transport. Thank you for joining me today.
I happen to hear that there's been a bit of a renewal. The management philosophy.
It's something we've always upheld, or rather something I've upheld, what we need to do right now. In the long run, well, I think the original goals are fine as they are, but what we need to focus on right now, we need to make it known to the outside world. And of course, we need to ensure it's properly understood within the company. Well, to make it easier for the whole company to take action, to serve as a guideline, well, I've redesigned it to be clearer, and just put it out there.
It's changed quite a bit, hasn't it?
The things we need to do right now, I've clearly narrowed them down. It's quite easy to understand, I think.
The vision has become a single phrase, hasn't it?
That's right.
What's the intention behind this?
Well, originally this was, we've always played a supporting role behind the scenes. And while we want to continue that, well, now we have this 2024 problem, the issue with horse trailer production capacity, which has become increasingly apparent and has clearly emerged as a challenge for the entire industry. Well, there are various challenges, naturally, many more.
Yes.
But this is a major one, affecting the industry's survival and the maintenance of horse racing's current scale. It's clearly a problem that will have a major impact. So, we need to face these challenges head on, and by taking this action as a whole company, ultimately, losing transportation for horses leads to the shrinking of the racing industry. And in that context, the people involved, there are countless people who make their living there and so on. With so many of them, we want those people to always be able to live in a society with smiles on their faces, or rather, to ensure the industry can continue to maintain and develop. We must do what's necessary, and we're taking action now. We have to keep our momentum going, don't we? That's the gist of it.
How many years ago was it when you originally created the corporate and management philosophy?
It was when I put together my thoughts and the things that I felt needed to be done. So it was maybe not quite 20 years ago, I think. Or maybe I'm wrong.
I see. Was that before you became president?
Yes, that's right.
The change from that point is quite significant, incorporating the things you've been saying on YouTube lately.
Yes, exactly. For now, the priority is to give this our all, I suppose.
The mission, the duty to be fulfilled.
Well, it's the same thing, really, leading to happiness. Well, the idea that if food transport stops, horse racing stops, well, I've put forward the phrase, never let those involved in horse racing shed a tear. Well, as I've been saying all along, it's true for us and for the major operators in Hokkaido. Well, it's not just the Hokkaido operators, though. We're operating with a limited number of race transports. That's because we first have to transport them from the breeding areas to Honshu as a Hokkaido-based operator responsible for moving horses, while Ohe Unso has been operating. While the transport business is moving, the employees, the veterans all understand. But among us and the four major companies or other firms, if even one company is missing, it's a big deal for the impact on horse racing. So, I wonder how others in the industry see it. I can't tell just by looking at their actions, but we've decided to make sure we don't stop. It's about the measures, right? The 2024 problem we've been talking about. That it's a huge risk, a really big risk, is something both employees and customers really need to know this information. So the important fact here is that we simply cannot be stopped, no matter what. It's our way of giving back to the racing world. It's the mission, isn't it?
Did you come up with this, Shirakawa-san? It's incredibly cool, isn't it?
It's a summary of the YouTube videos we've released so far. There are parts that AI summarized, but I did make adjustments, of course.
It's like everything you've said on YouTube until now being brought together is really great.
That's one thing, and I think it'll be easy for applicants to understand too.
And number 3 is values, code of conduct and values. There are 3 of these here. What was the intention behind this?
I've listed the courage to stop, but even for those in the company who direct vehicle movements, they also have to give instructions while strictly following the rules, and it would be great if that were possible, but it really hasn't changed very much at all until now. There were a few times when we moved because a customer specifically asked us to, but honestly, that's something that almost never happens anymore. In that context, drivers too should refuse things they shouldn't do. Even if the company or a boss gives the order, they should be able to say, I can't do that on site. Within the company, that's the right thing to do.
Yes, that's absolutely right.
If everyone doesn't know what the rules are or how they work now, They won't understand the intent behind the instructions. And customers will probably keep asking, why can't you transport it? For a while, so they won't be able to answer that either. From the customer's perspective, as before, or rather, other companies will also scale back their operations. So in the end, that might lead to unreasonable demands from customers. We have to firmly refuse those, and nowadays, with penalties for shippers becoming absolutely increasingly strict now, if we accept those demands and there's a leak from the inside, for example, or various accidents happen, when that comes to light, the client will be the one punished. There are famous people and those with high social standing, and they would end up losing their credibility. That happens because we accept it and go through with it. So let's clearly say what's impossible is impossible. Drivers might be sleepy or road conditions might be bad, but when it's dangerous, they stop. We won't accept just do your best or push through it. The staff on site say it's impossible, that it's too dangerous to keep going. We want to avoid pushing too hard and causing an accident that puts both people and horses at risk. That's the point. If the breadwinner gets injured like that, it affects the whole family, the wife and the kids. You're the one who protects your home, so you're the one who has to say no.
Number 2, water cup driving, anywhere door that doesn't stress the horses.
From the very moment we take charge of the horse until it is delivered at its destination, we ensure that they are transported in a state that is completely free of any stress or fatigue.
I noticed while riding along that you take the turns incredibly slowly.
Even if you take the same curve at the same speed, the way the G-force is applied changes depending on how you drive. Even if it takes the same number of seconds from entry to exit, it's driving that minimizes G-force. It's hard to put into words. The people on the ground are amazing. That's why we need to leave behind something that makes it easy for the younger staff to learn exactly what they need to do to drive like that. It's about passing on the skills.
The message to customers is, please look at the horse's expression the moment it arrives. Our quality is shown by the lack of transport fatigue. You've said this before, haven't you?
Yes, I think I've always said it in words. But by having the customers check, I want the staff on the ground and everyone in the company to feel that they're being watched, and to be able to say with confidence, we've arrived or we've delivered the horse. I want to keep the quality high and for the drivers to feel a sense of satisfaction and achievement in their work, so that customers think, so that's how they transport them. I want them to feel they really did a great job for us.
A message to employees. Sudden braking and sharp turns don't just cause cargo to shift, they lead to injuries. You aren't carrying luggage, they are top athletes. That's cool. This is really good. I want the employees to have that mindset too.
I'm sure many already do, but it's a reminder.
The last value, number 3, the open cockpit. Bad news should travel the fastest.
We're only human, so there are things we might miss, and some people want to say it's not their fault. Like, this wasn't my doing. There are people like that, blaming others and things like that. That's what's wrong. People hide things or lie to look better, but in our company, that's the greatest sin. When dealing with a horse that's acting up, if you push too hard or make a wrong judgment, it can lead to serious injury for the horse or yourself or the colleagues who come to help later. Like getting seriously injured. If you mess up the initial response or push too hard and make the wrong call, it can lead to that.
So that's what the values are about.
That's right.
Everything has become much clearer now.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Across the board.
It was just too confusing before.
And finally, there are 3 messages. For customers, for job seekers, and for staff. The customers, it says, to protect your company's valuable assets, OE Transport has become a company that can say no.
It's about not being able to stop, but also it's dangerous to say I understand and try to do something that's clearly impossible. We've stated we're a company that can clearly say we can't do the impossible. But well, we're getting there, I think. By making this information public, we're really making it easier for employees to say no.
I see. To job seekers, it's, instead of being a truck driver, why not become an attendant for top athletes? This is great. All of these are good. If it's like this, it's easy to work. A transparent company where you can say no and your opinion is heard.
Yes, exactly right.
And finally, for current drivers, the days of learn by watching are over. We'll make you a pro through training and evaluation.
By starting to introduce that evaluation system now, we're establishing that standard.
So even the act of teaching will be part of the evaluation.
That's right.
So things that may have seemed a bit vague before will now be properly and thoroughly evaluated, and any issues will be carefully corrected.
Right. It's not just about saying I worked hard or you did your best. It's about specifics. What did you do? What did you achieve? what new skills did you gain?
Yes.
Otherwise, it's just unfair. It's wrong if someone who's just a smooth talker or good at self-promotion gets recognized without actually doing the work. And it's also wrong if someone who's doing a great job isn't evaluated fairly just because they're not good with words. Communication skills are important, of course, but that ability itself needs to be evaluated properly.
Is there someone specific who does the evaluations, like an HR department?
No, a small company like this doesn't have formal departments. The executives are the main ones, with help from our remote staff. We're at the stage where we're all building it together. We've just started a trial run. We have 3 drivers participating in it. We're going to keep brushing it up and making changes as we go along.
So is 2026 going to be a year of action? You were preparing last year, and this year it feels like those plans are taking shape and things are changing.
I think I talked about it in the definitive version, or maybe it was in the captions somewhere. At that time, I honestly couldn't even express it, not even in rough words. But now we're actually quantifying various things properly. It's not just about having guts. It's really about creating a system to pass on important skills. I think we even had a caption saying we're going to create an evaluation system and such. We've actually started putting that into action now.
Things are changing, aren't they? So I'd appreciate it if our customers, job seekers, and staff could each take a look. This isn't going to be changing for a while, right?
That's right. Well, basically, some things will change and some won't. But for this, we focused on what needs to be done right now. If the industry trends change, or our position or what we need to do changes, it's only natural to evolve, so we'll have to keep changing. Well, as long as we're transporting horses, we'll keep striving for excellence. There are certainly aspects that we'll continue to pursue forever.
If we can instill this in everyone, we'll become an even better company.
Yes, exactly. This is one step toward that.
We need to keep doing things like this.
Yes, we have to let it sink in.
Thank you for today.
Thank you very much. At ohe.horseline, we are currently looking for drivers. Please check out our recruitment site or corporate site in the description. If you're interested, we'd love for you to apply.